one time. You got me feeling so lonely. Even when you come through, I can tell that it isn't you. So baby, bring it in closer. Hate the way I love you, but you're so sweet. I always find a way to say the wrong things. I wish that we were laying in the same sheets, but lately you've been acting like you hardly know me. So baby, won't you say something? 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 I just want.
Oh man, I think I got me a new song for my playlist. She said, "Baby, won't you say something?" That's what I'm talking about. Well. Welcome to Town Talk. It's your host, Mr. Town himself, and we have the lovely Chesney Claire. What's going on, Chesney?
Not a lot. Just hanging around.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, me and Chesney go back. She was actually one of the first artists that I premiered on my radio station, Welcome to Skrill Town Radio, a while back. And we kept that rapport. She's a grinder. I mean, when I say a grinder, like I haven't seen anybody in a long time this young grinding like this. So we want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Uh,
I've been trying to make moves as long as I can remember. I've been trying to make moves. So it's a pleasure to be seen. Thank you.
yeah, that's what's up, man. And so I'm gonna read a little bit of your bio, and then we'll get back to you. So let's go into it. So pop singer and songwriter Chesney Claire was born in July, Lake Charles, Louisiana. She was named after country music icon Kenny Chesney. First vocal lesson was at the age of 9 with Tony Orlando's band in Branson, Missouri. At age 11, she was taking vocal lessons from Chubby Checker and his band. Wow. She graduated from Bell City High School in Louisiana. Right after high school, Chesney moved to Branson, Missouri to work and ultimately begin her music career. With the help of music producer Rich Brown and Atlantis recording, Chesney was successfully record and release 6 cover singles. While in Branson, Chesney's talent caught the eyes and ears of several Las Vegas producers and songwriters. In March 2020, Chesney and momager Kim Hebert found themselves moving across the country to Sin City, Vegas, in order to be closer to more industry professionals. Immediately upon moving to Vegas, Chesney provided vocals for 2 original songs that were recorded and released. And then it says, later on, she brought out an original single, 15 Candles, that was perfected by producer Tim Coons of Cheiron Music Group, an original producer of the Backstreet Boys. Wow. And that was released on June 12th in 2020. And then it says by September 2020, Chesney started making preparations to release Moving On, but industry awards poured in and demanded her attention. In 2020 alone, Chesney was nominated for an Independent Music Award for a Michael Jackson cover of Bad. She was also nominated for Best Upcoming Artist at the Las Vegas Music Award, and she won Female Artist of the Year at the Indie Star Radio Awards in Hollywood. She's done a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've been following your career for a while, and I'm impressed with you and your mom. I've talked to both of you, and y'all hustlers, man. I really appreciate it. But yeah, thanks for being on the show. And yeah, man, I appreciate this because so we had a guest that had to bail out due to personal issues. And then I got on the phone, got on the horn with Chesney, and she was like, "Let's do it." And that's what I'm talking about. That's how our career. If you were gonna like put a label on our career or show, that's the example of your career. Like you just get up and go. I mean, so tell me about like what made y'all go to Branson? And I'm from Missouri, so I know what Branson is all about. What made y'all go to Branson to start off your career?
Absolutely. So, I graduated from high school 2019 in Lake
Hmm.
Charles, Louisiana. And then
Hmm.
once I
Bring it up a
graduated,
little bit.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Hmm.
Can you hear
Yeah.
me? Okay. Graduated Louisiana in 2019. And then
Hmm.
after that, I did have a full ride scholarship to LSU.
Wow.
And I honestly had gone through so much loss in my life. I had gone through the loss of my brother in 2016, and then shortly
Yeah.
after, I lost my grandma and my grandpa. And it was just super heavy on my family because my family was just down to me, my mom. And
Yeah.
so we were doing like I was doing really small gigs at like country bars in Louisiana.
Hmm.
But I knew inside me that I didn't really like country music that much. So I wanted to, see what else was out there. And I got in contact with one producer that lives in Vegas, and he said, "Fly out. We'll record you, see how you like it, and we'll send it to you and all that good stuff." We flew out,
Hmm.
and we went back home, and we came back a week later with a U-Haul
Wow.
to move to Vegas. But to move to Missouri, that was just right after graduation, and I was like, why are we
Hmm.
why are we here in Louisiana? Like
Why are we
what is keeping us here? We have to be
right?
like, if I want to do something in the music industry, it can't be in like such a small place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we decided to, open our horizons and get to Missouri, Branson, Missouri, which is where I used to live in Northwest Arkansas when I was in my middle school years, and so we were quite familiar with Branson.
Hmm.
We figured it was it's a musical town, so why
Yeah.
not go there and see what happens. And within a
Hmm.
week of being there, I was performing on stages. Just word had gotten around. I had a recording of one of my first ever songs, and I was
Hmm.
letting somebody hear it, and another woman walked in, and she was like, "I own this venue. I think you
Hmm.
would be great to perform on stage. That's you?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Okay, well, I
Wow.
want you there." And so within like such a short amount of time, I was performing on stages, and I felt comfortable there. And then I wanted to step out of my comfort zone again, and that's when we came to Vegas. Like 6 months
Yeah.
later after moving to Branson.
That's dope. Okay, so I'm gonna play a little bit of the video reel you sent me, just so people can kind of get an idea of who you are.
For sure.
Looking for some hope in a world that's hopeless. Maybe you could help my eyes to focus. Yeah, new lies come by, fade out, feel fine. Make out, say we just friends. I tried, yeah. Maybe you should tell me what's your motive. Falling for you, but you don't notice. Yeah, look in my eyes and on my vibe. Breathe in, breathe out, just catch my vibe. My vibe, yeah.
You just got a vibe, man. I'm telling you, like your songs are like incredible. I will not
Thank
lie.
you.
Like I remember when you first sent me, I think it was Distraction. Distraction was what you sent me for me to play on my show, and I was just like, man, she really got it. And a lot of them like sending me music for the rest. Like, all right, I'm gonna put this on because I said I was gonna put it on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Uh,
you're cutting out pretty bad. You're frozen.
so I feel okay.
You're halfway back. Your voice is back.
Am I back?
No, you're not.
But you
I
can
could
hear
I could
me.
hear part of your voice cutting in and out.
This I love technology. I'm telling you, this is a
Yeah.
whoo. But no, you know, a lot of them were sending in their music, wasn't really sounding too good. But I was showing love. It's because I know how it is to be. You know, when you were sending me in, because you sent me in a couple of songs, and I'm just like, man, I'm just waiting for you to send out that link or email because going into that, Branson was a mark for Vegas because I know from music, it's pretty, but it's like the small of Vegas. So when y'all made that move from Branson to Vegas, like what started to happen?
Instantly, like, before we came here, I had gotten in contact with producers and I was connected and I started writing with them and I had a couple of songs recorded and and I was able to release those as well. And then I started meeting other producers, making music with them, creating new things, taking
Mm-hmm.
old songs that I had and reproducing them and everything like that. And then COVID happened. So
Mm,
COVID happened March 2020, the same month
mm-hmm.
that we moved here, and it shut everything down performance wise. And so I got my own home studio. So I got the whole setup, and I taught myself how to produce my own music. Just because I knew that performing wasn't an option for quite a while, so why not
Mm-hmm.
learn something? And I mean, I could learn Spanish later, but I figured it would be wiser to learn how to produce, you know?
Right,
So,
right.
yeah.
And that's what's up. So learning new crafts and new skills, producing, engineering, and stuff like that. Um, like how did you, was it hard? Was it easy? You know, what was your challenges to doing that?
It's been a journey. I'm not gonna say that it was necessarily hard or easy, but it takes quite a while. So
Mm-hmm.
it takes a lot of perseverance and just like revisiting it every day, making sure that your mind stays sharp on like what you're doing, learning new things about production because there's so many things that I have no clue about that I can learn about. If I just go pull up a YouTube video and just take a
Yeah.
few minutes and just learn a little something each day, that's gonna
Mm-hmm.
add up to the knowledge that lots of really great producers have. So, I wouldn't necessarily say easy or hard, but it's
Mm-hmm.
really lengthy. It's a
Yeah,
lengthy
yeah.
process.
So yeah. Well, and it's a skill because once you learn it, then you can help others. Because I know when I did the same thing you did. Like I started my company in 2020, COVID hit, and I went out and bought a whole bunch of stuff because I had an in studio show going on at first, and then all of a sudden that COVID hit, and we had to start doing things from home. But I had to learn a whole bunch of stuff too. I was like, I read this stuff, I doing it. I learned this, but people start reaching out, and it just makes you feel good. You know,
Yeah.
a feel to have. Now, with your mom, Kim, like what made
I'm sorry you cut out during that question. You cut out.
no, I was saying that like with your momager, like what made her want to be so involved in your music career?
Um, I think a little conglomeration of things. So after before I graduated, my mother was a really good mom, a housewife for a bunch of years. She took care of everything, but before that, she was actually a state trooper
Yeah.
in
Uh-huh.
Louisiana. And so music industry is like way out of way out of range for state trooper.
Right.
It's not something you put together. But after my brother passed away, my mom shifted a little bit of her focus onto me, and she told
Okay.
me, she said, you don't, I'm not gonna force you to go to college. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
thing. You got what you did great, you got your GPA. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna force you to do something that you don't want to do. It's your decision, it's your life. you need
Yeah.
to you need to live it how you want to live it. And I told her that I want to do music. And so when I made that decision, she just packed up everything and said, "Let's go."
Mm-hmm.
And we just went
Wow.
from Missouri to Vegas, both times. Just packed everything up and just made a collective decision to just take a chance and see what happens. But everything has turned out so good, and she helps me contact people every day. She helps run lots of my social medias. Um,
Hmm.
she's just an all around really great help in the music part of it, which I'm sure she didn't expect either, coming from police background. But
Right, right.
yeah.
Well, let me look on here a little bit because I want to get into something else. So, how many releases have you brought out so far since you've like moved to Vegas? What would you have them all written down? But like, what would you say? How many?
I think about 18 or 19 since I've been in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was in Missouri, I made 5 cover singles and I released those. And then I came here and I have about 18, 19 original songs um,
Okay.
right now that
Yeah.
are out, and then quite a lot of more ones that are not out. So,
So, are you performing live out there?
can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Are you performing live out in Vegas right now? Like, are you, performing live for the most part, like at these little venues and stuff like that?
I am performing here and there in Vegas. I
Mm-hmm.
have been getting a lot of my gigs over in LA. I got
Mm.
a major one last year in San Bernardino, followed up by 2 on Sunset Strip in LA,
Wow.
Whiskey a Go Go in the Viper Room. And so I'm about to go back to the Viper Room in, what is it? I think it's September. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think it's
think
gonna
I
be
have
September.
that down too. Yeah, where is that at? Whiskey a Go Go, September 5th, opening
Yeah,
for
so
Tiffany, right?
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of my performances are there instead of Vegas, but
Yeah.
I've performed here and there.
But I got a lot of friends out there that are doing music in Vegas, and a lot of people don't know about how they think that it's all about LA, and but it's Vegas too. So with the 1819 releases that you've done so far, tell us a little bit about your growth and how
Mhm.
starting from what was maybe that growth as being a songwriter, your vocals and so forth.
Yeah, my vocals have grown tremendously. Listening back at the covers that I've made when I was 16 years old, it's such a dramatic change from what I'm making now. And
Hmm.
then the fact that of course, I started this and I didn't know how to produce exactly. And now,
Hmm.
just being able to make my own songs, release my songs that are 100% me is something that
Yeah.
I really never thought I could do until
Mm.
until I did put the work in and thought to myself, I can't do this. But it's the growth is really nice to see. It's really nice to look back sometimes and say, wow, that's a dramatic change. And I think
Yeah.
it's that way for my songwriting, my production, of course, and then also my vocals majorly. And my
Hmm.
my songwriting just comes in a way whenever I do have something come to me, it usually just
Hmm.
flows out. And
Yeah.
I used to do it super methodically whenever I lived in Missouri and I was trying to write my first songs. But
Hmm.
I find that whenever you have like a good instrumental, and then have like something that you have in your mind that you want to write about, it will just flow. And I feel like that's
Yeah.
part of the growth also, just trying to find your words.
Hmm. So have you stayed with the same genre since the beginning, or have you changed up a little bit, or are you one of the
I guess I could be described as a multi-genre artist.
Mhm.
I am from Louisiana, so my what I like to call it is gumbo
Yeah.
music. I got a little
Gumbo.
bit
I like that. I like
gumbo
that.
music. Yeah,
Yeah.
I grew up in Louisiana, so like going to country bars and performing there were my first experiences. I was singing "Mama's
Hmm.
Broken Heart" by Miranda Lambert, and like
Mm.
I moved on to later Adele, and then I found like my genre, what I wanted to stick to, and I found that as pop and R&B. I think I really solidified
Mhm.
that when I moved to Vegas. because I feel like when I was still living in Missouri, I was like not quite sure about where I wanted
Hmm.
to go with it, but then moving here really helped me solidify everything.
So how challenging has it been in Vegas, coming from somewhere else, knowing that Vegas is huge for music? And because I know one thing I've learned in LA is that, and I got plenty of friends and family from LA, but the funny thing is that they always say, "Oh, everybody's singer or rapper in LA." Well, it could kind of be like that for Vegas, Atlanta, New York, and so forth. So, what have been your challenges since you've been out there in regards to furthering your music career?
I think some of my challenges in Vegas are probably looking for, the right place to book me. I have played at a few
Mm,
places, but a lot of places here are looking for bands, and this town is such an expensive town that I have to hold down a full-time job right now. And so
yeah,
while doing that, it doesn't really give me much time to practice with my band or do anything like that, but in LA is how I get a lot of solo acts there. They like
mm,
solo acts. They really love solo acts in LA. So I would say the challenge here is finding something that would be like kind of just a solo act because everybody wants a big performance, a big band, and I would be so very open to that. I just have to, figure out all the details of
yeah.
that and everything. But
Find the time, figure it out.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this new debut album in 2024 called Alaska. Tell us a bit.
So this album, this is the first time this album is even being talked about, and I'm so excited about it because this is the first full project that I've put out.
Mm,
All 19 of my songs have been singles, and so I'm really excited to just have kind of a collection of everything new that I've been working on and everything that's
hmm.
been sitting to the side for quite a while, being ready to put out. I'm really excited. It touches on deep, deep emotions because I'm an emotional writer. I'm a Cancer, and it also
Yeah,
it does. It does. It talks about love and loss, and then not wanting love, hating love, just a mixture, and that's what one of my songs, Alaska, is about. So, um,
yeah.
I'm really excited for everybody to hear it. It's something I've been working on for a minute.
When will we like plan to hear that music come out?
That's a good question. I do know that it is gonna be this year, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and give you like the third quarter of the year. It's gonna come. Half of the year it's gonna come. We're almost to the half mark. Yeah.
I don't, and you know this. I get
Yeah.
saying of ours, a lot of people into it, and the
Yeah.
last thing you want to do is bring something out, and it's not the way you want. Yeah, you feel about it. Am I wrong?
All all I heard
Wrong?
was what do you feel about that?
Okay, no. So what I was
That's
saying,
okay.
I'm sorry. This work in progress. Excuse me. But no, I was just saying that you get artists all the time that want to bring out music, song after song after song, and hurry the process. What do you think about slowing things down and making it you wanted to, making it sound the way you want it to sound?
This little tattoo on me means you are in the right place at the right time and things are going the speed they need to be going. And that is something that I've followed for quite a long time. I had started seeing synchronicity in numbers like a long time ago, and I looked into it and I fell in love with numerology and everything like that. My idea is to take your time with things, but be hasty about it.
Mhm.
You don't want people to necessarily
Yeah,
forget you, but you also don't want to put out a bad project. So
right.
so take your time and perfect everything that needs to be perfected, and then and then let people hear. But I don't really believe much in rushing things, especially when we all got an allotted amount of time. You just live your life and do what you need to do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. Okay, so now this saying, and I'm reading just off of some of the this year, and so entered one of your songs higher in the Hollywood Independent Music Awards for nominations. Tell us a little bit about Higher.
Higher is a song that I created about 3 years ago. I am in the cannabis industry. I have worked at the
Okay, okay.
dispensary. Yeah, I love me some cannabis, but I have worked at a dispensary here in Vegas for around
Hmm.
2 years now. I am hard at work at it every day. But
Hmm.
anyway, it is about being higher. It's about just simply being higher. It's just a song to smoke to, relax to.
Yeah,
That's higher.
yeah, that's dope. Yeah,
It's a
literally.
really chill, like yeah, it's dope. It's dope. It's a dope song
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
okay. That's what's up. Okay, well, speaking of that, going into that, yeah, so it looks like it says you've asked to be a part of a new TV series called Weed and Munchies, starring Snoop Dogg and the executive producer is Ice Cube. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I actually talked to the producer. He gave me a call a couple of weeks ago and kind of ran through everything with me about what he had envisioned for everything.
Hmm.
There are huge, massive plans surrounding the title of this movie, this whole movie, and it's gonna be really big in my opinion. The I think it's going to be really big. We haven't gotten too many more details on it. It's still in progress, but it is definitely
Hmm.
confirmed. And so, just waiting on the next step of everything. And I'm really excited to see what that brings because I have been waiting to start the acting portion of my
Yeah.
career for quite a long time now. And so
Hmm.
something like that would really be just great for my career.
See, I thought you was gonna say you ran into one of them at the dispensary. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of, why? That's what I was expecting to hear. Like, yeah, I was just checking them out. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, how about you just put me in a movie? Yeah,
I've met a couple cool people at the dispo before, but never them. I met Mike Tyson, Miranda Lambert. I'm letting them the whole world know that they can go to the
yeah,
dispo,
yeah,
but, but just
yeah. I
throwing
was
that out
like,
there.
you didn't have to say who you met, but that's yeah. Nah, that's cool, man. And opportunities. That's the one thing about being in Vegas. Like you said, I ran into Floyd Mayweather one time. I was down there, and
Yeah.
it was like, but you just get those opportunities to meet people and to run into people. It says on here that you're a member of the Los Angeles chapter of the Recording Academy, and part of that would be part, of course, part of the Grammys. How long have you been doing some experiences that you've had already with that? Because I've been very, very interested in becoming a voting member myself. So yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So, it started off, you have to get two recommendations to join the Recording Academy. And I
Hmm.
had reached out to this one man that I'd been in contact with. I did know that he'd been in the music industry forever. I knew that he was a Recording Academy member, so I reached out to him. I got a
Hmm.
recommendation from him, and then the Righteous Brothers used to give me
Wow.
vocal lessons. And so I I used to take vocal lessons
Okay.
from the Righteous Brothers here, and I reached out to Bucky Hurd. He's one of the Righteous
Hmm.
Brothers, and he wrote me a recommendation as well for the Recording Academy. So I had my way in, and then
Wow.
once I finally got to the in the Recording Academy, I had uh, four considerations for nominations my first year.
Mm, that
Yeah,
is that's wow. That's amazing. I mean,
it
first
was
year.
it was very cool. It was very cool just having all my songs on the ballot. I was able to vote for other artists. Being
Hmm.
able to see that was really cool. And then the next year I had a couple more in consideration for nominations as well.
Hmm.
but yeah, they came to Vegas a while back, and they actually had like a little writing session at a recording studio here, a big recording studio. And we won all kinds of prizes. We won microphones, headsets, we learned some song structure ideas.
Yeah.
We just had
Hmm.
like a really good, like, lengthy writing class. It was very cool. Had some special speakers come and talk, but everything that I've experienced having to do with the Recording Academy has been amazing so far. So I'm really
See,
excited to even be associated.
and the crazy thing about that is that you are named after Kenny Chesney. Took what singing lessons from Chubby Checker and his band. There was something else in there. So I mean, you gotta have star power. Yeah, you
It's
gotta
gotta
look.
be pretty
Well, yeah, let me look and see. It was something else in there that I'm missing. You was in Branson, Chubby Checker. Yeah, it was something else. I can't find it right now. But yeah, you got the star power. So with
Thank you.
that star power, and with you being a part of now, being a Grammy voting member and part of the Recording Academy, tell the viewers how important it is to have those connections and to network in those in
Ooh.
that type of environment.
Yeah. Networking has been probably the number one thing for me in the music business so far. Any opportunity that I get to network, I will be there. I've
Yeah.
gone to many trips to LA just to be at events, just to shake people's hands because you never know who you're gonna meet. I've met
Hmm.
uh, sound directors for Stranger Things.
Mm.
I've met so many amazing people just from showing up at events. I a million percent recommend that as a musician,
Hmm.
you go to every place where you can mention your name and somebody will remember it. You go to I've been to a lot of, I don't know what am I trying to call it. It's like an
Like
industry party. It's an
yeah,
industry
industry,
party for
yeah,
like a
mixers and yeah, workshops and conferences and
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Just
Hmm.
keep yourself in the loop. Just don't let people forget your name, and just keep continuing to meet people because those people are gonna know people who are gonna know you after they like your post on Instagram. I it's Everybody is connected. So if
Right.
you connect with one person, you might get five other connections from that one person, and you
Yeah.
never know who those five connections are. So
Right.
networking has always been super important to me.
So can you be shy at these events or do you have to open up and market yourself?
I could be shy at first, but now I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not anymore. I know what needs to be done to do what needs to be done.
Hmm.
I know to just walk up to people who look important, who sound important, who are at important places, and
Yeah.
shake their hand, introduce myself, let them know what I do, if I could be any help to them, if
Hmm.
and then they might come back with, well, maybe I could help you in this area. You just barter and
There it
trade
is.
your talents and your your skills, and that's why networking is so important.
There it is. I was waiting for that. I kind of set you up for that one.
Yeah.
I always tell my people that I mentor and consult with that if you go into something telling them exactly what you want, that's the worst thing you could do. You go into something telling them something that you can help them
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
hopes to them helping you. You know what I'm saying? But it's a better conversation for you to say, Chelsea, I'd love to have you on this interview with me because of this versus, man, I wish you could help me out with this interview and, blah, blah, blah. It's just a different conversation. And that's what these artists and people, just creatives, need to understand is that it's all about helping each other. Right.
Right.
You
Right.
know, so with that being said, this is the series of women in entertainment. So I'm going to ask you, what is it like? And how do you feel about being an upcoming star, but a woman in entertainment?
I feel empowered. I so mean that. I'm being silly with it, but I actually mean it.
Yeah.
There is such a small percentage of female producers in this industry, and so just putting time into that to learn how to mix my own vocals, how to
Hmm.
equalize my song when it's done, how to actually make my own beat. Just
Yeah.
doing like things like that just make me feel cool, you know?
Yeah.
I guess that's
Yeah.
what I mean by empowering, but it's
Hmm.
I've never, I've never thought to myself, honestly, this would be easier for me if I was a man. I've
Yeah.
honestly have never felt like that, and I guess that's a really good thing. That the music
Hmm.
business has never really made me feel that way. I don't think, besides people thinking that they're more knowledgeable than I am about certain things. Um,
Right.
that's part of the thing that that's the only thing I would say. But other than everything
Hmm.
else, I it feels empowering to be a woman musician.
And what do you say about, like you said, you went in and started learning how to mix and produce and so forth. So it makes it a lot easier for you not to ask for things that you can do yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the number one reason on why I started producing in the first place, because I'd have this producer mix my vocals and I'd get it back and I'm
Hmm.
like, I don't like it. I'd have this
Right.
producer make my beat and I'm like, that's not what I heard in my head, you know?
Hmm.
And so I just figured I gotta learn something to make what I hear in my head be what is heard by other people. And
Right.
the only way to do that, I think, would be to learn how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I had to do the same thing. Like I said, when COVID hit and it pulled us out of the actual radio station, I was like, so do I just shut down my show? You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, Nate, no, 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 no. That ain't how we gonna do things. We're gonna go in there, we're gonna learn how to do this. And what's funny is that I've been more successful with this show being virtual. I mean, I had a little bit of success with doing it in studio and having that engineer over there behind the boards and all that, but it's been a lot easier for me to just come in here, click on, and power the computer. I totally agree with you about that. My last question would be to you. What do you tell the aspiring musicians, singers, songwriters, women that are getting out of high school that have a choice of either going to college or possibly being aspiring artists? What do you tell them? Like, what type of advice do you have for them?
My advice is to just do what feels right. Do what feels right and do what you need to do. If you're
Hmm.
just now going into the music business, I would suggest not following everything that is at the very top of the billboards. I would suggest staying true to what you know is right. I would suggest staying true to your morals, because a lot of what I've been raised on has been completely flipped around.
Yeah.
Nothing in the top billboards would have been remotely okay when it was 2011. It's
Right.
like completely different. So that's something I would say: respect yourself as a woman. Just have that
Hmm.
respect. You don't have to get naked to
Right.
make good music, you know.
Right.
um
Yeah.
so that would be my message to all the young women out there who are looking to take this seriously. And then just don't give up. It's a difficult business, but if you take some time, if you have some time after your 8-hour day job, you can just sit back and turn your TV on. How do
Hmm.
I write a song? You could start off as simple
Right.
as that.
Right.
How do I structure a song? How do I how do I get started making beats? You just you
Hmm.
just you just take that time to just like learn these little facts, and all that builds up in your head, and then you have all this overwhelming knowledge.
Yeah.
So my advice: please take the time to respect yourself
Hmm.
and make good music and learn things.
And that's all powerful words of wisdom. I do have a bonus question,
I'm
and I
ready.
should have asked you this before.
Okay.
How important is it to learn the business? Because you kind of got it when you start talking. I was like, I gotta ask her this question. How important is it to learn the business versus just learning how to be an artist?
There's a lot of things to learn about the business other than being an artist, and that includes you have to learn people. You have to
Mm.
learn people that are above you, how they act, how you should act back with them. You should learn interactions, how you are going to interact with somebody that is higher up than you. You should learn, all these different small things. There's so
Yeah.
many intricate things that you need to know about this business, and that also ties into just YouTubing
Hmm.
and learning. I called it YouTube University. I didn't go to college. I went to YouTube University.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
so I
Yeah.
mean, women, if you don't go to college, or men, if you don't go to college,
Hmm.
learn something, but it's not gonna hurt you.
Right.
Just sit back and you're gonna be on your couch anyway. Why can't you just learn something?
Yeah.
It's not gonna hurt. So that's my opinion. I think
Hmm.
every part of this business needs to be learned, whether it be how do I have perfect stage performance? What is my look gonna consist of? What is my sound gonna be? You need to figure
Mm.
out half of that yourself and then half of it by researching. And that's
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. Absolutely. So I normally don't get to see these messages, but yeah, I'm actually getting to see. I'm gonna see LSU, U-Haul. Shout out to U-Haul. Shout out to Nancy Newton. Shout out to Timothy Robin. Who else we got in here? Mike
Yeah, shout out
Burness.
U-Haul. I see
Yeah, I
that.
just see
I've never.
U-Haul. Yeah, a whole bunch of U-Haul. Who else on here? Okay, yeah, but okay. So we got that in. I
Yeah,
appreciate your time on our show tonight, Chesney. Where
absolutely.
can our viewers find you on social media, and what should they be looking for upcoming? I'm
All
gonna let you.
right. So you guys can find me everywhere under my name at the bottom of the screen, Chesney Claire. All you got to do is look on your favorite platform, whether it be YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. You can just type that in and it'll pop right up. You could also go to my website, chesneyclaire.com. And then I do have a big, fat, beautiful album coming sometime this
Mm,
year. So y'all be ready for that. It's got a lot of my really good songs, in my opinion, on there that I've been keeping in my vault and locking away until I feel ready to put out an album. So I'm really
mhm.
excited for you guys to see that and hear it, and I'm ready for you to get ready for it.
And I'll be honest with you, I think this is your year. Like you've always had good music since we've been knowing each other, and I've been peeping you out. I just don't. I don't think people understand. And when you bring out this album, I think people will start understanding.
I
So for the
hope
people,
so.
yeah. So for the people that are listening and who will be listening, download. You know what I'm saying? People try to make it seem like it's impossible.
Yeah.
Download that album. That way you can continue to listen to it. You know, streams is cool, but we all know how streams go. Download Chesney's album, please.
Please.
I'm asking you because I'm gonna download it. One thing I do for all the artists that I work with, and you can ask anybody when I contact them or they contact me, I say, "What's your Apple Music link?" That means a lot because I'm not streaming your
Yeah.
album. I'm gonna buy it. I'm
Yeah.
buying your album or I'm buying your project.
We
That's
love
what I'm
that.
saying. Yeah,
We
that
love
shows
that.
a lot.
That's
That shows
great.
a lot because that's what I had to do back in the day when I was doing CDs and tapes. People was buying my stuff. They didn't even listen to it. I knew people that gave me $5 or $10 and threw my CD in the back seat. But that's what it's about. It's all about support. So, Chesney, we really appreciate it. Thank you again for allowing me to be your host tonight. And I want to thank
Mhm.
everybody that tuned in. This was a dope interview. I want to also let you know, Chesney and other viewers, that this will be broadcasted on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. So
Yes.
check it out. Show us some love. This is another episode from the Women in Entertainment series. We got more to come, and that'll be it for us tonight. Have a good one. Everybody enjoy their weekend. I'm out.
Thank you so much
Bye
for having
bye.
me. Goodbye, everybody. Peace out.
Peace.